And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. On second down, here's Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's third and 6.
Reset. Tiger.
A shotgun snap for Watson. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They run a draw here on second down, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it third down. Out of the gun, Watson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
All right, here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw. Oh, wide open. Complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 89 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 73 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Space to maneuver at the 40. He's got his man on the crossing route. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. Buying time to his left. And that's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. Here as he's taken down. Geno Atkins able to drop it for a loss of 18, make it 19 yards, and it'll be 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Richmond.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on second is Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll set up a throw. Steps away to his left. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. That is incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Reset. Tiger.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Come back! Richmond! Come back! Tiger! Two jet!
Third and long. It's Watson. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. They juked him. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Watching that, Barney!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 76 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jackson now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Richmond! 4 down, check! 4 down. Tiger! Black 39,
Now they try the right side here. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Eric Armstead. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Tiger!
Back to throw, Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
4 down, 4 down. Here we go now. Green, 30.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Forced out to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Steps away to his left. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Check. Patriot! Patriot!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. On the screen, Bernard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Being chased out left. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
Back to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. They go play action here on 1st down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. He'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. In for the score. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Come back, come back. Come back, come back. Richmond, Richmond.
Here's Watson now on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Come back, come back. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Faking the give, now Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Dancing to his left. And this will be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And that'll be incomplete.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Watson off play action. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Reset.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
And they'll run it here. Space to run past the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
We can talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Rolling to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Back now in Houston. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Breda. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Here's Breda. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw on second is Watson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Come back, come back. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Come back, come back. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Yeah.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson, he's going to look deep down the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off near the 34. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Time for a break. Off after this. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run with Breida. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
Two jet!
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans get a bit closer. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. Hopkins with the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his side.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. On first down, Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off near his own 48. Well, I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let
me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and the people who really enjoyed this game, they're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the 49ers, It'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On that beat. Addicted to balling, I had to get my